You are now tuned in to the motherfucking Ambition Hour podcast on Worth the Wait Radio. You ready?
Dub T motherfucking dub, ho.
Yo, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. It's your girl, Claudia Renee, on your airwaves. And this is episode 121.
Dub, 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 dub T motherfucking dub, ho.
Yes, sir. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Bombs. Bombs. Woo! 121, bitch. You know, I was thinking, I'm like 121. What? Like, I'm always trying to correlate a number of an episode with a rap song,
21.
or or like an album, or even like an album cut, something.
Man, I gotta say
always
shout
to
out
a
to
song.
Big Ticket when I see 21 kg.
Okay. Yes, sir. Shout out to Hav, who is definitely in the building.
You're
Each and every single Saturday with you guys. It's WTW Saturday, guys. What? Hey, hey, hey. And we got some new music. Hold up. Let me get my dog right, because Hav just dropped a new song called 24 Hours. It's available on all DSPs.
Yeah, so wherever you listen to it, it's out there.
Wherever it is that you subscribe to, it is there. Trust me. But just saying that on Tidal, it sounds mighty good. The engineering, shout out to Tragic for the engineering. It's beautiful.
What a track.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So excited. Hav, congrats.
Thanks.
I know how it is to release a song as an artist, and you know, everybody's been showing a lot of love, so thank you to everybody who's been showing love to Hav
Appreciate that.
and to the WTW family.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So if it is your first time here, hello, welcome. We are a family here. I usually just have a lot of fun, try to have as much fun as I can, because this is like one of my favorite things to do ever. So I'm really excited. We're gonna talk about how this being like the happiest thing ever, like kind of like bites me in the ass sometimes a little later. So make sure you tune into that. It's gonna be good, I promise. But normally I start the podcast episode with something that I am grateful for. So this week I am grateful for hugs from my mother. Man. It was just so nice to be able to hug my mother and just be so happy with like how everything is going. And I don't know, like another thing that I'm going to be talking about a little bit later is something that happened in Insecure, of course. Hello. I'm so obsessed with this show, you guys. It is so good, and it gets me talking, and it's like how I said last week. It's a show that opens up different types of conversation. So shout out to everybody who voted on the polls that I have posted on my Instagram. I'm gonna probably share the results later, so tune into that too. But yes, I'm very grateful for that. Please let me know what you are grateful for, or just remember to practice it. Just remember to just be like, I'm grateful for, blah 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 blah. Like today, I was also grateful for like my mom. She made gallo pinto, guys. Okay, check me out. So, so gallo pinto, for those that don't know, is a Nicaraguense dish, right? And it's rice and beans. You can find it at your fritanga or my house. Just saying. And it is so bomb, right? Grew up on this, so I was so happy that I got to eat some today, and it was just so warm and like just like a little hug for my stomach, and it was just very like welcoming, and I love it. And it was my mom, so it's like it's even more like yes. So yeah, that happened, and that was really exciting. So I had to share that with you guys because I think that these things are very important. Just saying. Mm-hmm. Would you like to agree, Hav?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah. So for those who are not Nicaraguense, like I said, it's a rice and beans dish, and it's fried and you like cook it, and it's really good.
Yeah, you have a little tortillas with there. You could put a little queso.
Or some tajadas.
Tajadas. Or
Which is plantains.
Oh, I love putting ensalada, with some people will mistake it as cold slaw.
Yeah, some ensalada. Damn. And some queso frito. Man, listen, I'm trying my hardest because not only just because my birthday is coming up, but man, I also found that during this quarantine and just just seeing the news and seeing how, people were reacting to this virus. And um, it just made me realize, like, okay, so I need to either, I'm going to continue with bad habits and possibly gain weight, which there's nothing wrong with that, because I know there's some people who they're going through that right now, and it's okay, because this is something different for everybody. I've said that before, I've preached it before, it's different for everybody, so we all, adjust to it differently. And so if yours is, maybe enjoying the foods that you would enjoy a little bit more than you normally would, by all means, who am I to judge? I've done it before. I did it during this quarantine. I lived my best life in April about eating. And so now it's kind of like, okay, so now we need to buckle down. We need to make the decision. Are we going to really take care of our health? We're going to take it seriously. Are we going to continue working out and making that a priority? Just, you guys know I love talking to, like, it's not talking to myself, okay? So, like, what happens is I'm having a conversation out loud with myself, and then someone answers, and then it's just like, well, now, like, I have to tell you that I'm talking to myself because I wasn't talking to you. So I don't know if that's something that people, do you struggle with that, Hav?
Sometimes, yeah, or when I'm like in my thoughts, or either like saying some music or singing some music, and it's not that I'm talking to anyone.
Yeah, or like you start laughing because you're listening to like a podcast or like
Right,
a book,
yeah,
or
yeah,
you're
yeah,
watching,
yeah, yeah.
you see something on your phone, and they're like, oh, what's so funny,
It's like, oh,
or they're like
it's
even talking. And then you're like, oh dang, I was just laughing at something on my phone, and then now you're that person. Um, how did I? Okay, so how did I get here?
I
Wow.
don't know, but yeah, that is pretty. Or were you trying to see something, and someone's trying to talk to you? It could get rather annoying.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's backtrack. Hob. Wait, what was I just talking about?
You were just talking about how like when you're either talking to yourself,
Oh,
and
you
someone's like,
see, because I just went into like a whole different, like, my mind. Okay, y'all, listen. If it's your first time here, just bear with me. It happens. Listen, I'm not a perfect person. This is a damn near live show. We don't make any edits.
hey, sometimes the edibles hit 10 minutes in the podcast or 20 minutes in the podcast.
Yes, and I'm actually on my third piece of content for today. So,
Light flex, sorry.
oh my God, you know what? Okay, so let me flex then. Hold up. I was born on a Friday, so I was just realizing that today I'm just like, oh, like, why do I decide to do everything in one day? Like, why did I decide to do a workout video on Friday, and then do an open mic on Friday, and then do the podcast on Friday? And it's just like, oh, well, it's because, like, it's my favorite day because it was the day that I was born. Yeah. But let me go back to the whole talking to yourself. So, like, when I say that, I mean like the affirmations and meditating. And sometimes when you're meditating within your head, you have to like kind of like talk to yourself, talk yourself out of the negative thoughts, or like, okay, let me keep breathing, let me breathe in, let me breathe out. Which reminds me of this IG live that I was a part of. Oh my God, it was on the Bonita Project. It was amazing. We got to do like a meditation first, and okay, so this was really cool because we got to scream like into a pillow. Man, when I tell you, and you get like a crazy adrenaline rush, like it is amazing. Like if you've never tried it, and you should go to the Bonita Project on Instagram and look at that IGTV because it was just beautiful. So yeah, so it was a woman who her name is Sarah, and she does sound bowls. So it's sound bowl meditation, and when I tell you that I felt so relaxed and so like at one and like just peaceful, I felt like my creative juices like opening up, and like I'm like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. I worked out right after, and I just felt so good. I felt released. I felt like all the tension that I felt because I was sore, all of that was like going away, like, and I just felt refreshed to do my workout. And then I recorded it, and then I did a poll, and then now I'm doing workouts on Wednesdays. And so that happened very quickly. Thank you to everybody who voted for that, because it kind of held me accountable for something that I've been trying to do for a long time. I had a conversation with my mom, and something that I've been putting in the back end is like the whole fitness part of my life. And it's because, like, some things that have happened like in my past that I'm kind of like, okay, well, I don't want to do fitness because X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? And I just got to the point where I was like, enough is enough. Like, yeah, I done had it. Like, I love feeling good. I love working out. I love being healthy. I love helping people. Like, for me, it's not even like about the money. I promise, like, when I tell you that there was a time that I was doing this for free anyway, and I had like, I was so happy. It didn't even matter. So I was talking to my mom about this, and my mom was like, it's time for your new face, cuz like she said it in Spanish, so it hits a little different in Spanish, especially from your mother. But the conversation went along those lines because it's like sometimes something bad happens in your life and you're like, dang, I can't show that face in this space again because of X, Y, and Z, and you have to eventually learn that if it's something that you're passionate about that makes you happy, that in essence help change your life, like why not just go ahead and do it. So yeah, it's Worth the Workout presents Ambition Fit Hour, so give it up.
Doug T, motherfucking Doug, ho.
Work the workout.
Listen, I am so excited.
Merch coming soon.
If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's on there. It's Claudia Renee with 2 E's underscore underscore. Okay, so yeah, I'm really excited about that because that's like something that I had been thinking about it. So then I decided to like, hey, let me see what my followers would even like. What would be cool to do? So today I did the first one and it was a lot of fun. I did like, it was basically like we were working out together. It was so funny because listen, I'm coming to y'all very honest. Like these trainers and all these people that do these workout videos, they don't show you when they can't breathe no more because some of these workouts they got us doing. Okay, so I'm very real because what I'm doing is dang, and then that makes me ugh, my Gemini is showing so bad because I'm like, I'm not saying I'm better, I'm just saying this is what I do. And it's just being transparent because there's times where you need a little 3-second break when you're working out because you need to catch your breath. Like, let's be real. You got to catch your breath, and then so I'm there helping you. I time it. I have music playing. I show you how to do the workout. We stretch. There's like a little cardio section in the beginning. So it's lit. Like, I had a little setup in my backyard. Like, you couldn't tell me shit. Like, listen. And you know what was so funny? And I feel like this continued like this whole week. It's I'll be like, I don't want to talk too much about myself and then end up talking about a whole bunch of shit on here. So a lot of these trainers, yeah, they show you that and then they're like very perfect at what they do. But then for me, I ended up taking like little breaks and kind of like, 2-3 seconds and then getting back to it. And then I tried.
Also because the audience wanted IGTV.
Yeah, they did want IGTV. So the thing with IG Live is that it's awesome. You can save it onto IGTV, and this is probably best for the creators that are listening, or even people who are thinking like, should I do IG Live? Should I do IGTV? This is something that I'm doing. As far as the open mic, the Can You Hear Me open mic, I'm doing it IG Live because I feel like it's it's lit. It's more important. Somebody can jump on. The audio is there or it's not there. I hear everything. I'm in charge of like what's happening, the environment, the comments, all of that stuff. It's a lot of fun. Listen, if you haven't been there, you gotta be there.
We had a piano player that came on.
Yeah, we did have a piano player that came on. He played A Whole New World.
Claudia was dancing like a ballerina.
I was in heaven. Like, what the heck? That was so beautiful. I fell in love with, like, he played the piano, like a big ass piano, like a grand piano he played, and he just played the hell out of A Whole New World and from the movie Aladdin, and it was just so great because y'all know that I love Disney, and that just like made my Disney heart happy because it's like, the things that I would like go and watch when I go to Disney. I'm having mad withdrawals, guys. I don't know. I know that there's like some things that are opening up. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little scared. It's a little crazy because, like, I don't really trust people like that. Like, y'all be crazy out here.
Back up. Watch out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there was a video on Twitter that I found that it was a guy who he had a drink on his head and he had a balancing. And he was dancing like this. Listen, that's how I'm gonna bring it when I go out. First time out. Hey.
That's how you gonna freak it?
With the Hennessy on top of my head. I'm gonna be lit.
Jeez.
Dang. I was listening to the Bad Bunny album
Yeah, bunny baby.
because my workout schedule has been really crazy the past couple of weeks. It's just been like all over the place. That's why even the IGTV is what helped. Things are coming back to me right now because what I was talking about was the IGTV and the IG Live of the whole difference. Okay, so I'm gonna explain that real quick. Okay, so the whole difference between the IGTV and the IG Live. The IG Live is awesome because you can get somebody to request, but then with the IGTV, there's better quality. There is you have more time to maybe cut it and make it kind of cool and like maybe cut certain things that you wouldn't be able to cut if it was alive. And it's just like I said, it's just better quality. Like if you've seen the IG TV post that I post about the podcast, then you guys see it. The difference is there. So for me, it was just like, okay, do I want it to be better? Like I want people to see me. I want them to be able to hear me correctly. I want it to be at the time that it actually is, and they have all the space available. So yeah, so okay, so I definitely wanted to talk to you guys about insecure because that was something that was important, and I wanted to tie it back to the whole being grateful about hugging my mom. So on insecure, one of the it's the day after the block party. A whole bunch of shit happens. Issa tries to overcompensate for the argument that she has with her best friend Molly. If you don't watch the show, I'm sorry, spoiler alert. Listen, it is what it is. It's Saturday, and if you haven't seen it, like, get with it. Okay, so basically, this episode is just Issa. It's awesome, and it's the day after the block party, like I said, and she ends up going out. She ends up like, giving somebody a ride who he was hilarious. His name was George, and he was so freaking funny. And he said something that I can't repeat on this show though. Just because he was that wild. It was funny because he saw like a homeless man, and he was just like, oh, he comes on the north side and he starts acting all uppity. I'm like, what? Are you homeless? And Issa was like driving him around. So yeah, like I said, she was like overcompensating for the friendship that like her and her best friend are like either ending or whatever is happening. They're going through their transition. We talked about expired friendships last week, so that kind of like correlates with that. So she just has like a crazy ass day, and she calls somebody, we don't know who it is, and it turns out to be her mom. Her mom gives her her mom, like, they're talking, they have a really great conversation, and then she gives her mom a hug, and then she just like breaks down. And I just feel like there's so many times where you're just like going through something that like the person that you need the most is your mom, and just like a hug from your mom is like so powerful, to the point where you're just like, oh my god, like what other people say doesn't even matter. Like, why I be tripping? Like, and I'm not saying that this was something that like maybe that I have experienced recently, or that that's what I felt with my mom, because that was very different with what Issa was feeling, because I remember being that person, that like that daughter that would like go to my mom and just be like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, I don't know what the heck is going on, like I'm this age, I'm da 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 and so her and I had a couple conversations, and yeah, man, I'm super grateful that I get to like just spend that time with her and like talk shit. And then she is so funny. Moms are so funny. Like, I think like Latina moms are just so spicy and so like so proud, and so like, and then I'm like, kind of, I'm not the opposite, but I try to like be the balance, to where it's just like, calm down. It's okay. Just be grateful. Like, like that's something that like I always try to like, tell her, cuz like, yeah. Cuz sometimes people need to hear that, huh? Don't you think?
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I think that's pretty funny. So guys, I watched the Tory. Okay. So y'all know how I've been talking about how I miss quarantine radio, right?
Right.
Right. So, I ended up finding, I shouldn't even be speaking about this because we don't want too many people to know about it. But Tori was doing a live at a certain time of night, and it was so freaking funny. And he started an OnlyFans for quarantine radio, and it's like quarantine radio after dark OnlyFans. It was funny because at first he was doing the subscription was $30, and then I guess like people were commenting $30 in the comments, and they were going crazy. So then he brought it down to $15. But catch this. So listen, I know that what these girls are doing that get on this live, they're trying to get followers. Like that's this is exactly what they're trying to do. I see it because even when I go live, every time I go live, I gain followers as well. So it's a game of like getting your face in front of people more. Like, here I am, bam, see me, come see what I'm doing, come see my podcast, come. So one of the girls that got on, this girl was gorgeous. Now, I'm not saying that the other girls are not. I think that they are all beautiful in their very own, but she was just like gorgeous. Like, I'll even like everybody in the comments was like, she's gorgeous. Like, who is this girl? So of course, like, I want to follow her or like see her page. She has 7 followers, right? But so I go back onto the live and I'm checking and I'm looking, and then I think like, she's on her OnlyFans live. I don't know what she's doing. But she's promoting her OnlyFans. When I go back on her page, she had 800 followers. In a matter of like, he doesn't have anybody on live for that long. He only has them for like a little bit amount, like a little amount of people on, like a little amount of time. And but yeah, like I said, she had her only fans page. Yo, so Lana Del Rey wrote some crazy ass shit on Instagram or on wherever it was that I just want to say, how dare you? I don't even know who you are like that. I'm not trying to discredit this artist or the work that they have done either. Like, when I say these things, it's like, for me, it's like, how dare you speak on other women that way? You know what I mean? Like, I won't repeat what she said, but I just felt like it was kind of like, yo, what's really go with you? Like, those are fighting words, bitch. And listen, if they won't do it, I need to relax. You know what it is? It's what is it? I've been having these okay, so another person that I'm very grateful for is Hav. Hav, listen, okay, so check me out. Hav, you're like my best friend. Like, you're literally the person who like knows everything about me, and I have gotten to have like a really dope conversation with him recently about some things that have happened in my past. And I won't ever get into detail about this, and it was just so refreshing to be able to like open up to somebody like that, and someone who like knows me so well. So thanks, Hav, for that. I really
Gee, you got it, man. Thanks you.
I really, really, really needed that. Like, that was like something that was really important for me to talk about, because I felt like for the first time ever, I felt comfortable talking about it and just accepting it and just being like, okay, I'm going to move on from this, and my demeanor has changed. So I'm really happy about that. Yay. I guess I am becoming a little wiser. Also, Tori dropped a video for Temperature Rising, and that song goes so hard.
That shit low-key freaky.
That shit is freaky as fuck. That should have been the first video on his OnlyFans, because, I mean, that's what it was. They was damn near fucking on there, huh?
On YouTube.
On YouTube. I seen it on my screen. That is insane. I wanted to give a shout out to Quavo because he graduated high school.
Quavo. Shout out to Quavo. Oh, yeah. Let's give him
people.
And all of the class of quarantine 2020.
Oh, my God. Okay, so first of all, shout out. Yes, we congratulated the class of 2020. The class of 2020 last year. We congratulated them. And last episode, sorry. I'm feeling myself too much today. I keep seeing myself, my reflection over there. I have like I don't know, man. Listen, skin popping. Yes. Okay. So back to what I was saying. Congratulations to all the 2020 graduates. I see you guys. It feels like this generation was meant for a virtual graduation because they're just so unique in how since it's by Zoom, they get to like decorate the room how they want it to. Their family gets to be a part of it, and it's just a lot of fun. And so now YouTube is going to be holding a graduation for the class of 2020, and Beyonce is going to be there. So guess who's graduating July 6th, you guys? I will be accepting I will be tuned in receiving my graduation speech from Beyonce on July 6th, you guys. Yo,
Just to ask, how many classes you took?
in high school, I took all of them enough to graduate, let me tell you. When I did that is not important, but I will be there. No, but for real, so last week I did congratulate my cousin Tony, and I also congratulated my cousin Chelsea, which both of them were the ones that I said that graduated, and I was right. So, one more time, give it up for them. Clap it up. Yay. So, guys, I've been watching Desperate Housewives. This show is insane.
Rewatching it.
Yeah, I'm rewatching it because I watched it before. I watched it when I was younger, and I just was always fascinated by it because it's kind of like, do people even live like this? Like working from home, just being, housewives, or being a housewife that turns into like an executive, and then a housewife who is like a model, top model, and then eventually starts a family. And so I know it's not real because it's like a telenovela type of show. But it's just crazy because like motherfuckers is killing each other in these suburbs. Like y'all thought the hood was crazy, like they killing motherfuckers there and they getting away with it. Like it's crazy. So, I really enjoy that show, and I've been rewatching it for that same reason. That's really what I've been watching, and something that I also have been doing is I always say that I want to do an audiobook and then like read a physical book, which there's times that I'm really good at it, but lately like it's just been like Audible because I have so many books in there and it's like awesome. it's like I can just pick whichever one I want. And then I also have like my actual book collection, like the physical ones, and then so I'm like, all right, so we've said we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. And it's just like a lot of things about this time. And even I feel it's not even just like this time, because this time was gonna happen anyway. I feel like even just the way that I am being with myself, and that's something that I love preaching about on here, is just like loving on yourself, and being positive, and constantly becoming the best version of yourself. Like a lot of people, when they ask me, I'm like, well, yeah, and like just like I'm trying to just help people get to the best level of themselves, like whatever that means for you. Like that's what is so important to me, is that you reach that level, whatever level that is for you. So yeah, shout out to everybody who listens for that reason, because that's one of the things that I love sharing with you guys, and that's one of the reasons why I'm going to start doing more things that are coming soon. I told you that the meditation opened up my creative juices, and I haven't stopped. Pav, be my witness.
That's a fact.
I haven't stopped. My mind is like going crazy, and it's like, ooh, you either gonna catch me or you ain't. And my birthday coming up, so shit's about to get real, because when birthdays come,
Gemini
yeah,
season.
yes, listen, ooh,
It's a celebration.
hold on, it is Gemini. What? It's your birthday. What? Dang, I wish we could do it. Okay, so shout out to all the Geminis. Happy birthday to all my Geminis. So the Geminis that passed so far have been Biggie. We also had Naomi Campbell. Taylor Rooks is a Gemini as well. Oh, she's one of my favorites. She's like one of the best newscasters, like journalists, and she just is on like Bleacher Report. She's on everything. I saw her, they retweeted her on Rock Nation Sports. So listen, you go girl. And there's just so many more to come, and we just getting started. There's like 4 each day. So yeah. But yeah, birthdays, I always correlate them with rebirths, because I feel like we have 2 rebirths in our lifetime.
Better get deep, y'all.
Like not in our lifetime, within our year. So you know how they say like one year, another year around the sun, another circle around the sun. Okay, so that's definitely like, that's a rebirth. You're starting over, basically. You know what I mean? And then there's another one. I think it's different for everybody. For me, it's November. So June and November, there's always like a rebirth. Something good always ends up happening. And just my mind just changes, shifts. And I also correlate November with around the time that I was already conceived. So yeah. So I always correlate that with that. So it's like the rebirth is the birthday, and the other one is like the actual birth is like when you're in your mom's womb. I'm getting too deep, Pav?
No, that's I love it.
Yeah, that's just something that I think
Break
about.
down the science.
Yeah, and like I think for me, like it's always made sense. Like it's made sense to like think that, and always I believe it simply because, like I said, like around my birthday, something always there's always an awakening. There's always a rebirth. There's always like a rebrand. There's always something new. The same thing in November. November has always been such a really good month for me, and it's always a month that I also take for the social media cleanse. So there's levels to this, man. There's like one. That's the thing. That's the thing. You hear what I do or how I maybe think, and yeah, like this takes a lot of like reading and like gaining more knowledge and being
A lot of
more.
mental health right
Yeah, and a
there.
lot of mental health and like trying and like working on triggers and setting boundaries and being the better person, but also not letting someone take advantage of you. And this just happens like throughout time, and then and then it's not judging yourself, but looking yourself in the mirror and being like, listen,
Better check yourself.
you better check yourself. You better check yourself because sometimes you have to, and that's something that a lot of us don't do. I this is something that I also preach. So if it's your first time listening, you'll get in the word today again too, because well, for those who already listen, like you're getting it again today, but the new ones, you're getting it brand spanking new. But no, it's just important. It's just super important. Um that just allows you to be a better sister, cousin, brother, communicator, and all of those things correlate with, if you're a rapper, there's that. If you're a singer, there's that. If you're a if you're a creative, if you're a nurse, if you just know yourself and love yourself good enough, then you just become better at those other things as well. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, I'm listening to a book and reading a book, both about influence. So, can you tell? I'm here to influence the world, you guys. I joined the influencer program on Amazon. So, hopefully they accept the kid. Cuz listen, I'm trying to make money. Listen, we going to make money however it is that we can make money. You hear me? I cannot wait to share more things. How I was getting it yesterday. And I was just like, I'm trying to get money. Like I'm trying to make buku money in this bitch. Like just like it's just like everywhere I go, it's multiple streams of income, man. Like listen, we got stocks. The stocks are going up. Listen, if y'all not on Robinhood, y'all get it. I'm gonna have to get a promo code from them too, because I only have the Disney one. Oh, and
Hi
the
to
free
Robin Hood. Holla at us.
Yeah, and the free one that you get too. I have those too, but the main one that I invested my money. And whoo, when I tell you, okay, so the story about how I got my first stock. I was terrified. I did not have a job. I did not. I was like but I was able to get this stock, invest in this stock, not ever lack money. And so that makes me feel like very happy with the decision that I made. So sometimes I know it's a little scary, but make the investment because it's an investment in yourself, just like how, your hair, skin, all these things are investment, like what you consume. Everything's an investment. If you look at it, it's different when you look at it like that. Like I have to buy man makeup for the podcast, so I'm like, oh, it's an investment. So who are we going to support next? Now, I love Rihanna and I love Fenty. I know, guys. Fenty, yes. But there's this brand called Alamar Cosmetics, and it's by this girl who is from here. She's from Hialeah, actually. And her name is Gabby, and she does these cool makeup videos, and she's just super like Cubana. Love it. And super Dade. Super Dade, and I love it. Cause hello, Dade County. And so I really want to try her brand because of that reason. Like I want to support like a local, businesswoman who happens to have really good makeup. And I feel like I've talked about it on the podcast before that she has like the different palettes that kind of like remind you of where she's from in Cuba, or like what has to do with like Cuban heritage. So it's really beautiful. That's somebody that I'm looking forward to investing in. Somebody else is Soaps by Ja. Yan's put me on her, and I'm looking and investing on her as well because it's like skin products and things like that. And someone would think, okay, so let me support this group that I can find on Amazon, and Amazon's cool and everything, but it's just different when you buy very local, like super local, like I can go pick it up local type of thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's just a very beautiful thing that everybody's just out there like doing what it is that they love to do. So, something that I wanted to bring up is, as a podcaster, sometimes things are thrown not back at you, but it's kind of like, oh, you said this. And so now I'm gonna act like that. And something that I know that also experience is other creatives, and I'm eventually going to open this up with other creatives because I think that it's a really interesting conversation about like, because like, you know how they say the whole thing like, I don't want to date a rapper because bitch, who you talking about in these songs? You know, and it's the same thing with podcasting. It's like, who are you talking about? Like when I'm talking about certain things, like, and then so sometimes I have to be a little careful because
For the record, I never heard that though.
you never heard what?
I don't
No,
wanna date a
no one.
rapper.
You don't like. You don't. But you don't. You've never heard that. No one's been like, I don't want to talk to you, like, cause who you talk about in these songs. They think that you're talking about them. They just assume.
Moving along.
Dang. All right. You're not going to be the person I'm going to have this conversation with. I did say that I wanted to have this conversation with somebody who is an artist. So if you're an artist and you're open to having that conversation, what up? But I did want to bring it into the podcaster venue because that is something that kind of low key happens because someone can hear this podcast and feel some type of way. And then it kind of like changed the way that they treat me and or what they tell me. And I just want to say it's okay. I'm gonna be me. Like I'm gonna be who I am. I'm gonna react the way that I do with you. So yeah, you ain't my mama. Oh my daddy. You ain't even my man. Damn. That might not be nice. Have I know you said some new music dropped? Like there were other people. I didn't get a chance to listen to them. I feel bad.
Migos dropped with the NBA Young Boy.
I did say that he graduated, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Quavo graduated. Gunna dropped an
He
album.
did. Gunna's a Gemini, hey.
Hey, shout
But
out
I
to
found out
him.
he was a snitch.
Huh?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. That's news to me. What do you mean, snitch?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't research. Someone just told me, and I was just like, oh shit.
Oh, okay. And then Russ dropped the deluxe.
Oh yeah, and he rescheduled his tour.
Rescheduled the tour for 2021, and also, yeah, that was the well, yeah, but also like Migos got like 2 other songs that came out too, like Skinny Rags and Taco Tuesday, and all them slap.
Taco Tuesday goes hard. I forgot where I heard it, and I just really enjoyed it. I honestly like Migos. People can say what they want, but I was listening to them earlier today, and it was just the whole vibe. Like they're just a vibe. Like it's just, you know, it's that Atlanta sound. So there was a picture. Gucci posted a picture, and it was when he was fat. Like I don't know if y'all remember Fat Gucci, but Fat Gucci was like that was a thing. And so someone in the comments said that that was Gucci pregnant with all the ATL rappers.
I'm dead.
It's kind of true, man. After Gucci dropped and like did what he did and got away with what he got away, low key, like it was just different in Atlanta. And like all of these artists, like I don't know if you guys have heard or listened or watched, read his autobiography. Oh man, I've talked about it on this podcast before. It's a really good autobiography, and you get to learn a lot about who he is, like as a person, his relationship with his wife, what he was going through as far as his addiction with lean, and you know, even the beef with Jeezy, and just like different things that, you know, as a hip hop fan, Gucci fan. Dang, Gucci reminds me of my cousin so much. Shout out to Big Papi.
Big Papi.
He reminds me of my cousin so much. Like, cause every time that I be in Cali, he be like, "Hey, yo, cuz, you heard that new Gucci?"
Yeah, Gucci.
And then he'll just slap that thing like super loud. So, yeah. So Gucci man like deserves all his flowers. I feel like cause I heard that smoke till high to drink till drunk. What? That song goes hard. And ever since then, like cause he dropped that song with Megan. Have you heard that song, Hav?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Mhm.
It was good. The video was good. It was. I don't think it had the same effect as the that song. And then because he had Kodak on there, kind of snapping really hard. Kodak went in. Kodak is always on Twitter. They're always talking about him.
Bruno went in too.
Bruno did go in. He gave that vibe. That. I remember one time when I was outside enjoying myself, I was able to dance. I danced to that song, but this was like almost like a year ago. This was before everything closed down. But yeah, so shout out to them. The BET Awards are gonna now be virtually, and someone on Twitter said, I've been watching the BET Awards virtually my whole life."
Facts. That's a fucking.
What it do, baby?
Yeah, you already know.
Listen, I'm the one. I watched the red. Oh man, I didn't get to talk about the Met Gala, but yeah, I'm a really big BET Awards watcher because I love the red carpet. I love the interviews. I love the show. I love to see how, who gets honored, who's in the audience, who doesn't show up, like who the people who are speaking and how they speak, like into the microphone and how they're reading it, like if they're because how you have to kind of like put up a personality when you do these award shows, and like how is their personality during these award shows, how are they maybe getting in tune with the audience and seeing how the audience is feeling. And there's just so much that goes into the show, and I'm the one who pays attention to all of these things because I just cannot just allow the show to be what it is. I'm like, oh, the lights, oh, they're a little late with the music. They're listen, this mind of mine, we're working on it. So that's something else that I feel like dating a creative is something that you go through, is that like you'll probably get like you'll probably have to hear this, be like like, or just like ideas, because yeah, you just want to have somebody to bounce ideas off of, right, Huff?
That's perfect right there. Preach it to the choir.
Yeah.
You need someone to bounce ideas off. I think you should be with someone that you kind of trust their opinion.
Yeah.
Or like you trust their judgment and their taste.
Hell yeah.
Because if not, like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, because it's like, if we can't even, we've talked about this, Hav, the whole, like, the music, and if, like, what if they don't like hip-hop, or what if, but they're open to listening to it, and, like, all these things, and it's just, like, that's cool and all, but if I can find somebody who we can get down with the same music, and we can vibe, and we can be like, oh, yeah, and, like, be in the car, be in the whip, and, like, doing the verses or something, or just vibing to it together, like, it doesn't have to be all extra. It's just different. It's just a different type of feeling that you get when you're with somebody who you can vibe with musically. It's not the most important thing, but it's a really big factor. Just like you would want to be with somebody who, like, understands that you're a creative. Like, it's not even just about music. It's just, like, also, like, understanding that I'm a creative, that there's going to be things that I'm going to say, but it doesn't mean anything against you. It doesn't mean that I'm going to treat you differently. It doesn't mean, like, this is who I am. So yeah, that's just like a conversation that like I said, I wanted to have with somebody on here, because yeah, you just never know. You just never know who's listening. Listen, there's times where I'll be like,
rewind. Hold on, Hop. Hold the tapes, Hop. Hold the tape, Hop.
Be like, hold on, run that back, Hop. Like, let me see what I said.
Run it through the headphones?
No, but you know what? I never, like, tell him, like, oh, let's delete that or nothing like that. Like, we just rock with the whole thing.
Yeah, to be honest with you guys, this is completely unfiltered at all times. Yeah. The Ambition Hour podcast ain't no filter, ho.
There definitely isn't. The MJ doc finished.
Sad day. How many of y'all cried? Don't lie.
It was so beautiful. MJ is like, it was crazy because, okay, I've been to Heat parades, okay? I've been to two when they went back to back. And so I got to see, like, Pat Riley. I got to see LeBron James. I got to see Ray Allen. Ray Allen was in 06, right? Okay.
No,
Ray Allen was there. Okay. I'm tripping because I know that they went there too. But I went to the parade and I got to see, like, all the teams, those two different teams that went back to back. Got the hat. One year went with like a group of friends, other year with my dad, and so like you got to see them in person. You got to be around like all these crazy ass people and like Miami, and it was just so much fun and so crazy. And I remember even going into the arena and watching the away games. Yo, Miami basketball is so different. I love it. Um, that's why I want to live in front of the arena, be part of the vibes. Like, get season pass tickets and just walk down, go down my little elevator and just like strut to the game. Doesn't gotta be floor seats, but like I told you, I'm trying to live that bougie life. Trying to have that balcony. Trying to live that way. Yeah. So it's just because I love basketball. Like I would love to be able to just go and like catch a game whenever. So yeah, so we went to those parades. So then I automatically think of that when I'm seeing they had like it was like a damn, you would have thought Beyonce was performing. There was so many people at the it was like it was like an event because it wasn't a parade. It was just like where they all met, and it just looked like
rally is what
it was like a rally, and it was just intense, and there were so many people, and it's just like wow. And then these fools really got 6 rings. They got 3 back to back, like 3 it's a 3,
then 2 years off,
yeah,
and 3 back.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember because there was like a little slogan that somebody's shirt said. I can't remember that shit right now, but it was just, it was historical. It was awesome. It was the music, the feeling that the documentary gave you just watching all of the episodes, and then them having 2 episodes available back to back. I just felt made it so much more impactful because you got like a good chunk of history in 2 hours, and I felt like that was very smart on ESPN's part on their, I feel. I know that they're like going crazy with comparing MJ and LeBron. Y'all need to relax. Can someone just start having the conversation about when we're bringing the NBA back? Because man, I am hurt.
Did you hear they're talking about doing the games in Orlando at Disney World?
Yes, I wonder if they would let I'm always trying to like Disney needs to change it to like where annual pass holders get like a super like connected, like we get like in shit like that. Like, can we get into the basketball games? Can we get first dibs on the tickets? Is there a promotional code that we can use? Because I mean, like, listen, it shouldn't just be that I can be a park hopper. Right?
I mean, that's why you got stocks. Maybe you need a couple more, and maybe
For real, Hob, you ain't never lied. That's why I told you I want more, though. I told you that I want to buy, because you can buy more than one of the same, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I want more of them things.
More of them things give you more money when it doubles or when it increases.
Exactly. That is what I am saying. Dang. I just can't stop thinking about how I really had like a piano player play A Whole New World on the open mic.
He played 2 songs for us.
That's crazy, and it's 4 times that we've done this.
Yep, and my boy got a concert tonight too.
Yeah, he does. He has it tonight.
So yeah, 4 times. The 4th time in a row we hit him.
That was crazy. And
yeah, the comments going crazy too.
He did. People were in there like, oh shit, what the
Like, what's this?
Yeah, it was so dope. That's honestly like one of the things that just like when he had inquired about performing, and I'm kind of like a piano player, like what the heck, and I'm like, but who am I to say no, you shouldn't come and like perform on the open mic? It's the Can Y'all Hear Me open mic. I never said that it was limited to rappers or singers or like I put that it's available to artists. It's available to, listen, if somebody wants to come on live and paint a live picture for us, listen, I'm gonna accept it, because listen, that's dope, right? Don't they do that? They do that in some open mics, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So Joe Biden was on the Breakfast Club, and he was saying that if Trump gets reelected, that something about black people.
Huh?
Yeah, he said something about black people, and they did not like it. I'm like just being a chatty patty right now because I'm like there's just little things that have happened this past week that I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna sprinkle this real quick because this is the only energy that it deserves. But that's kind of crazy. He was talking to Charlamagne about that.
Well, has he lost his mind? He's completely gone insane then.
Está loco el hombre.
El tipo está fumado.
Let me see if I can find it real
Está
quick.
soplado, soplado.
Breakfast Club. Oh my God. I am not acknowledging anybody who is being considered, but I guarantee you there are multiple black women being considered on his potential vice president. Let me see. I don't know, but y'all should check that out. I don't really.
That alone there just sounded weird.
Yeah,
so.
no, I just have a love-hate relationship with Charlamagne, so that's my problem. Like, yeah.
Also, we getting down to it. Go ahead, express your hate.
No, it's not hate. It's not hate because for me, I've learned so much from him. I've listened to both of his books that he has come out with, so I learn a lot from him. But just as a journalist, like it's just different for me. Like, you know, there's certain things like integrity and for him, like that he's okay with what he asks or what he says or even who he interviews, and that's fine. Listen. How we get your dollar? That's how you get your dollar. Listen, that ain't none of my business.
Get your coin.
Yeah, I do not like. That's a thing. That's why I want to like make sure that it's not hate, player. I just had deja vu.
My bad.
I be having some crazy deja vu, man. Especially when I do this podcast. Sometimes it's kind of crazy.
Deja vu.
Ooh, do you guys believe in deja vu? I wonder.
Comment below if you made it this far. Let us know if you believe in deja vu. That's the code.
Yeah.
Might even hit you up and send you some free product.
Deja vu is weird. And I've been having some really okay. So I'm going to share this dream with you guys. Okay. So this is what happens.
Exclusive.
I'll have this dream, right? Of this person. This is not of this person, but this person will be in the dream. And there's other people in the dream and then when I wake up, I'll have like a message from them or like something. It'll be something. And then I'm like, what the heck? This is so weird. So it's been happening for a couple of times and I don't know what it means. I'm just being like with dreams, something that I think about with dreams is that they're always something that it's also a mirror. So you want to like kind of see what it is that it's trying to tell you. If it's letting you complete the dream, is there meaning behind even that? Like, is there meaning behind you completing the dream and seeing how it finishes? There's certain, I've shared some dreams with Hav, like some of the ones that I've had, and I've even shared like my theory on the dream. And yeah, so those dreams have been pretty crazy because you're kind of like, what the hell, like how you were just in my dream and now you're here, like, hey, what is, hey. hey.
'Tis the season.
You know what's funny is that I'm not like the biggest horoscope person. I am and I'm not. Okay, so I know a lot about my zodiac sign and I know my rising and I know my moon and I know what my Mercury is in, and there's just a lot of things that I know about my sign, right? And I read what the horoscope apps that I have, say. I guess I kind of am into it. But lately my horoscope has been saying for me to like fully accept like being in love and things like that, and I just need my horoscope to like calm down. Not calm down. I just need
Can't fall in love with these simps.
No, it's not even like that. Cause for me, what I feel is it's not it's like, oh, I'm not trying to fall in love. It's kind of like, man, I kind of want more direction in like my creativeness and like how that's going to go and like, the path that I'm taking on with my creative side. And then I guess it's like, I guess you just should accept with what it's saying about relationships and stuff. Cause when I see relationship advice, I don't just think it's, boyfriend, girlfriend. It's friendships. It's relationships that you have with whoever it is that you have with. We all have associates that we have relationships with. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's the world is about relationships and like who you know and, just like what you're in relation to and who you can influence with who you have a relation with. It's a lot. It's just a lot of different, it's a lot of different moving parts here. I think we're good on time. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that I wanted to bring up. I did want to say congrats to Hav for the brand new song, 24 Hours.
Yeah, 24 hours, man. Make sure y'all go stream that. Let me know. Tag me when you post it, and also to all my friends, please, 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 drive safe. If you gonna play this, drive at a considerable rate, please.
For real. For
Seeing
real.
a lot of y'all wilding in the timeline with
Super
this.
wildin'. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and plug in a couple of things. So make sure that you check out part 4 of Can Y'all Hear Me Open Mic. I also wanted to plug in me being on the Adulting I Hate It Here podcast. I was on their podcast like 3 weeks ago, so make sure that you check it out. It's called Black Trauma on Repeat, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, check that podcast out of me being a guest on there. Also check out the Ambition Fit Hour workout that's going to be dropping on my personal Instagram on Wednesday. Going to be dropping it at 10 a.m. That way you have all day to check it out. Ding. Gonna have it available for you guys.
Bam, bam.
I know that you guys are probably thinking that it's just for women. And listen, if you're a guy and you tend to watch, you're going to have a fun time watching. Because y'all know y'all weird sometimes. It's like watching girls when they're working. It'll feel like you're at the gym.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's how I'm making it. It's like we're working out together. Like you're my workout partner for the day. So, yeah, thank you, Hav, again for always just being there for me. Remember, hug your mother. Have a great conversation with her. Have a great conversation with yourself. Check out a form of meditation that's going to help you. Try to understand what's going around you and how you feel, and just be more open to that. Oh,
Also, hug your dad and love your dad too.
also have.
You know that's coming. That's coming up too. You know, June is now here. Gotta get ready for Father's Day. Gucci Man gotta get, especially Gucci Man. Apparently,
About what? Gucci Man what?
Father's Day, since he birthed all the.
Oh, you are right. Let me get these results real quick, cause I did wanna before we ended at the podcast, cause there was just certain things that just needed to be talked about, and that was one of them. Was what was on the thing. Okay, so the results for in a friendship, have you ever felt like the other person is happy when you aren't doing good in life? 77% said yes, and 23% said no. Damn, that sucks that some of you guys have been in friendships that you felt like the other person was happy when you weren't doing good. That means that when you were going through it, somebody else was enjoying that, and that sucks. So I feel for you, and I want you to release it. During quarantine, have you felt a wave of guilt for not reaching out to people? 28% said yes, and 72% said no. So if you didn't feel guilty for hitting anybody up, or because they didn't hit you up or whatever, it's all good. Have you ever felt guilty for not hitting someone up, but they never reached out to you anyway? 33% said yes, and 67% said no. So this was basically along the lines of like, okay, so you feel bad because you're like, oh man, like I didn't hit this person up, but they never hit you up anyway. So you're kind of like, oh, for me, like I'm just kind of like, oh, this, like I kind of felt bad that I didn't hit them up, but they didn't even hit me up either. So why the fuck am I going to feel bad? And that's what that conversation was about last week. So if you tuned into that episode and you voted on the poll, I appreciate you. Ooh, Nelly and Luda did the versus battle.
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, listen, okay, so we're gonna end the podcast on this note. So Ludacris had his whole connection bomb. Nelly was going crazy. He was blaming his connection on the Wi-Fi. Listen, I'm from Florida. I'm from South Miami. Like, I know that the weather is a little bad, but it doesn't affect it that much now, player. But I get it. I get it.
Let my dog
I
live.
get it. After the sound got good, things got better. Of course, then they didn't play some of the songs that we all wanted to hear. One of the songs that I wanted to hear was "Lovin' You," and I just feel like it's such a beautiful song. I would have loved to have heard it. Didn't, but it's okay. No complaints. He started off with okay, so for those of you that don't know, I used to be in a dance team in high school. Okay, so we would dance to some of the songs that that Nelly did in there, so it reminded me of that. Ludacris, I talked about last week how they both just remind me of that. Now watching the live, I would want to smoke with Nelly because Nelly was actually the one smoking in the live.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He smoked most the whole. He was performing. No one can hear him, but he was performing sometimes with his whole heart, and I just really enjoyed that. And they're finally having a reggae battle, you guys. Listen.
Hey, who's it gonna be?
It's gonna be Bounty Killer and Beanie Man.
Oh shit.
Listen, if you don't know this about me, I love reggae music. Since I've been like 11 years old, like I've been infatuated with reggae music and infatuated with going to Jamaica. So that's something that I really wanted to do this year for my birthday because man, I wanted to go to an island and get some sun and be in a swimsuit every day, but the virus had different plans. Damn you, Corona. It's all good. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm happy. Make sure that you tune into all the things that I just dropped earlier. And make sure to tune into the verses. Also, 112 and Jagged Edge are gonna be doing a verses. I'm excited for that. I'm an R&B lover, so I'm really high for that. Somebody said that J Balvin and Bad Bunny should do one. I'm not too sure about that because I love both of them and they can play songs that they are in together. I don't know. It might be fun though. But yeah,
conflicting.
it might be. Yeah, it might be a little too much. But yeah. So for the 121st time in a motherfucking row, it's your girl Claudia Renee on your airwaves. This is the Ambition Hour podcast, and we are out of here.